More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast, live from Raymond James Stadium in the aftermath of the Outback Bowl. If you don't like language, stay away for a second. I cannot believe Mississippi State lost to that football team. The slowest, whitest Big Ten team there is. I can't believe Mississippi State lost to that piece of crap football team. That's amazing to me. I cannot believe Mississippi State figured out a way to lose to that team. That's unbelievable to me. 8-5 sucks. 9-4. That was hard to watch, and it was a spectacular train wreck. Everything that contributed to losses this year for Mississippi State contributed to that loss. But Stephen Guidry with the play of the year in the opposite direction, dropping a touchdown pass and giving Iowa that's just pathetic football. That's pathetic. And poor coach. I don't agree. That's poor coaching. I don't know how you single out coaching when you got players out there dropping touchdown passes. I don't know how you do that. I don't understand how you do that. Now I'm not happy. Now the coaching. You go back a drive, and Nick Fitzgerald gets 3 touches inside the 1 yard line, and Aris Williams and Colin Hill get 0. That's poor coaching. That's poor coaching. But despite all the bad coaching, despite all the bad, State should win that game. And Stephen Guidry drops a touchdown pass. I can't. Every game we lost this year, we got beat. We got beat badly. Kentucky, Alabama, LSU. There was no game this year I thought, boy, if we had that again, it just wasn't our day. Today, we just lost to a remarkably crappy football team. Iowa is not a good football team, and they're incredibly disciplined. They didn't get 1 penalty all day. That's amazing to me. They're an incredibly disciplined football team. And when, that was awful. That was hard to watch. That was not an enjoyable experience. I did not enjoy that. What the F? That was the worst I've seen all year. Well, no, I think the Kentucky game was worse. I do think the Kentucky game was worse, but this was bad. Everybody's saying the play calling sucked. Yeah, it did. If Guidry catches the ball, State wins. If Guidry touches the ball, State wins. We had no timeouts at the end of the game. I mean, I thought the coaching in the second half wasn't bad outside the Fitz thing. Him getting 3 carries and Colin Hill and Aris Williams getting 0. That was stupid. That was dumb. Why aren't we 13 games in the season and still have a ton of dumb? I don't think we had a ton of dumb penalties. I mean, I think you had penalties. I can't say you had a ton of dumb penalties. You had a ton of unfortunate penalties. 0 flags for Iowa. Must be the most disciplined team in the country. In fact, they're hitting people on the head and getting them concussions and still not getting penalties. It was amazing. But Iowa's not the enemy here. Mississippi State playing a remarkably shitty football game was the enemy. That's what happened. Got 400 people watching right now. Thank you very much. You're watching More Cowbell. We're live in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. I wish I could tell you how much money I spent to come down here and watch that shit fest. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All those penalties and drop passes, David Garrett, yeah. I guess at least we can go to the beach now. At least we're in Tampa. I can't believe we're having to watch the Iowa Hawkeyes celebrate. It's like losing a basketball game to Opie Taylor. I can't believe we lost to that football team. Thought Guidry was going to help our receiving. Yeah, Guidry was. That's shameful. That's embarrassing. Say what you want about your quarterback. If the guy puts the ball in the end zone on your chest, what more can he do? What more can he do? Nothing more Fitzgerald could have done to win this football game than what he did. It's what it is. I don't understand our plays dropping balls on the goal line. Yeah, I didn't understand the play calling on the goal line either. That was bad play calling. I mean, you got Colin Hill, you got Aris Williams. Give them the ball, let them score. I don't understand that. I don't. Should have called timeout at the end of the half and thrown in the end zone. You're pissing in the wind there. I mean, you're 50 yards away. You're not completing that. Moorhead's a dumbass coach. I don't agree with that. I think Moorhead's an okay coach. I think this game today was an amalgamation. It was a big collective of poor play, poor coaching, poor everything. Poor everything. The players were not good enough. Joe Moorhead's coaching staff wasn't good enough. I don't want to mention the officiating. You saw it. But we lost Iowa. That's just embarrassing. And losing to Iowa is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So it is what it is. Shut up, Opie Taylor. Take your white ass in the bathroom. Abram played well overall. He made a critical mistake and got burned on the touchdown. He's a senior. Oh, yeah, you're right. I got Iowa. This is what my life has come to. I'm getting heckled by Iowa fans. Somewhere Rush Limbaugh has lost a listener. Okay. Heard anything from Hill? Hill was back in the game, Jason Neal Galt. Kylan Hill came back in the game, so I assume Kylan Hill was okay. Mitchell couldn't catch a flu virus, Jim Call. I think you got the wrong receiver. Mitchell played fine. Mitchell wasn't bad. It was Stephen Guidry that dropped a touchdown pass. I can't believe Iowa had less than 200 yards. Less than 200 yards. That's amazing. Receiver is the number one need on this football team. Receiver is the number one need on this football team. I would have loved to seen Keaton Thompson play a little more today, sure. But the number one need is receiver on this football team. It ain't on Fitz. Anyone who thinks that can't see Fitz. Fitz's time is done. Complaining about Fitzgerald is useless. Coming back next year, you got receiving core with Guidry and Mitchell. Is the quarterback next year going to be throwing interceptions that bounce off people's chests in the end zone? Is that what's going to happen? I can't believe it. I can believe it. Moorhead didn't have these guys ready to play. No, Fred. They were ready to play. State came out and played well in the first quarter, and things got. I mean, anytime a team loses, it's easy to say, "Well, coach didn't have ready to play." They were ready to play. But they just kept getting down and kept making mistakes. I mean, Stephen Guidry dropping a ball that hits him in the chest has nothing to do with being ready to play. That has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. The defense was amazing. Cheese Smith. The defense made mistakes. I think the ownership of this loss falls on the mistakes made by the offense. The coaching just, you get down to the goal line and Fitzgerald keeps the ball 3 times. Iowa's not stupid. They know who's going to keep the ball. And he kept the ball and State couldn't score. And now you come down, you throw a touchdown pass to Stephen Guidry and he drops it. And Iowa gets an interception. Iowa guy didn't make a play. Stephen Guidry made the play for him. So this boils down to Joe Moorhead not coaching his way into the end zone and the players not playing their way in the end zone. That's what it boils down to. The defense made some mistakes, and we're spoiled. They didn't make any mistakes all year. But Abram made a huge mistake today, and he paid for it. This defense didn't play their best game, but the offense, it feels like no matter what the defense was going to do, the offense was bound and determined to make enough mistakes to lose this football game. That's what it feels like. Too much beach time, Fred Harley. Fred, are you drunk? I feel like you're drinking, which fine. I wish I was drunk right now. Why did we experiment with Keaton Thompson playing receiver in this game? He dropped it because, it's a unique look. They weren't expecting it. That's why. You can go back and look at everything that didn't work and say, well, that was stupid. I love that call. I love the fact that you got somebody out there, you got Keaton Thompson, you're showing him a different look. They didn't know that was coming. The reason it was open because they didn't know it was coming. Defense played good enough to win. It did. It played good enough to win, but it didn't play up to its standard. But the offense, just mistakes. It's just mistakes. Whether it's dumb penalties, whether it's dropping the ball, whether it's not. Look at this. Watching the Iowa fan base celebrate. It's like watching a Parrtidge family reunion down on the field. This is awful. I hate this. It's like an episode of HeeHaw is broken out down there. Play calling sucks on the goal line. Stephen Guidry, that was the worst mess up of the game. This game was lost because of mistakes. You're all saying poor coaching, but if Guidry catches that pass, what happens? I'm fine. They can't pick it up. Plus, we all lost. Who cares? Just make the noise. I don't care. I've never had a drink in my life. Well, you should start now if you're a State fan. At least we were in a bowl game and Ole Miss wasn't. Yeah, I guess on the 11-hour ride home and the $1,200 it costs to come down here to see this crap fest, I'll feel good. Whew, man. Guidry, the whole game boils down to that, doesn't it? You're driving in the end zone. You're driving to score the game-winning touchdown. The quarterback puts the ball right on the number 1, and it's dropped. And not only dropped, but dropped and given to the Iowa player. The Iowa player did nothing to earn an interception there, and he was given it. Refusal to go under center at the 1-yard line was stubborn. No, it's not going under center. It's they know where the ball is going. Doing it in the shotgun at the goal line is fine, but But the fact that you know where it's going every time with our offense. If we're on the goal line, the 1 yard line, Nick Fitzgerald's going to try to run the ball in. He did it once, he did it twice, he did it 3 times. There's no disguising. It's like I've been married 12 years. If my wife sees a face, she knows what I'm doing. She knows everything about me. That Iowa knew Fitz was going to try to score. It wasn't hard to stop. It stinks because State did so much at the end of the season to turn things around and look like they were 9-4 and a top 15 ranking would have felt okay going into the offseason. Now we're 8-5, losing to a bad Iowa team. That's just you're going into the offseason limping instead of soaring, and that sucks. And you did it to yourself. Because I mean a ball hitting a guy in the chest in the end zone should be a touchdown 100% of the time. It wasn't today, and it's what lost the football game. And I know all of you are dying to blame the coaching, and that's fine. I thought the coaching was subpar, but I don't think it led to the loss. Punter was great. John Clark, there's always a silver lining, I guess. Yeah, punter was good. I wish he hadn't played as much as he did, but he was fine. The ball should have went to the running backs on the goal line, says Homer McElwain. You know, Fitzgerald is a warrior. Fitzgerald is a touchdown scorer. But if they know it's coming, and if you do it 1 time, it doesn't work, and you do it 2 times, it doesn't work, you do it 3 times, it doesn't work, does that mean the defense is just good or that you're being stupid and stubborn? That's what it means. Give it to Kylan Hill. Give it to Aris Williams. How many times do we have 3rd and 2? How many times do we have 3rd and 3? And Aris Williams got hit in the backfield, spun, and got a first down. It happened today. Oh, I'm just tired. I've been in the sun. It's hot out here. Y'all look on the screen. You're in Mississippi. You see, oh, it's nice and sunny down. It's hot as hell out there. It's hot. And I've been in here watching. But I'm tired. State loses a game they should have won against an Iowa team that, I mean, God bless them. I don't know what to say. I'm looking at Iowa celebrate right now. It's just bothering the crap out of me. I got State fans here. I got young State fans. I'm not cussing. It's all good. I'm not going to cuss. I want to cuss bad, but I'm not going to. Does this hurt our recruiting efforts? No, I think you got so much hay already in the barn. I'll tell you what, Jonathan Mingo's a 4-star wide receiver out of Brandon. I could take that tape right now of Stephen Guidry dropping that ball. I can say, Jonathan, I need somebody to actually catch, and we'll win football games. That's what I'd do. If I were Joe Moorhead, I'd take the tape of this game to every wide receiver in the country. Say, you want to come play football? Don't drop this ball, because the ones I got now can't do it. And that's why you lose games to somebody like Iowa. Now, was quarterback play good enough? Not really. Was offensive line play good enough? Not really. It was overall a B- to C+ effort that still should have been a win because one guy dropped the pass. Whew. Man, how many days until baseball? Well, first of all, Allison Hamilton, I like the question. How many days until baseball? That's fine. We got a 12-1 men's basketball team and a 12-1 women's basketball team. Let's enjoy that first. And then we'll get to baseball, which will be great. But I got to be honest, right now, I know Mississippi State fans love baseball. I can hear Iowa celebrating back there, and I don't care about baseball. I want to be mad. I got to be mad for a while. See you guys. 17 points. What's that? 17 points off Fitzgerald turnovers. Well, it happens. I mean, we scored what? How many points did we score off their turnovers?
To make our first introduction.
How many points did we score off their turnovers? So, cuss, piss, hiss, and spit. Amy Hall. Well, yeah. 45 days till baseball, says Jay Ham. I don't stop talking about baseball. It's bothering me. I don't like it. Keaton dropped a touchdown pass too. Yeah, it was in the first half. It's a different kind of drop. I mean, yeah, I like the fact that he put Keaton out there. It gave Iowa a look they weren't expecting, and that's why it was open. But, you know, at the end of the day, you're driving to win the game, and Stephen Guidry drops the pass. And I'm not just trying to blame it on Guidry, but at the end of the day, a player's got to make a play. Son of a gun. A player has to make a play. And you can be the best coach. And if your players are going to drop touchdown passes and give it to the other team, there's nothing you can do. I can't believe Iowa didn't commit one penalty, which means they're the most disciplined team in the country. It's amazing. Next to Alabama. It looks like we played the white Alabama today. That's how. That's, and I don't mean by their uniforms. I mean Caucasian. They had. I don't know. Anemic offense. I wouldn't say anemic. I mean, 22 points. It's not anemic. It's not good. Head coach, if Nick doesn't run his plays, he doesn't play. Well, he runs the plays. He just, he chose to do what he did. Is Keaton moving to wide receiver next year? No, not even a little bit. No. That was a one-time different wrinkle. He's not moving to wide receiver. He's not. What were the stats? Iowa had less than 200 yards. Mississippi State had, 400 yards? Dominated the entire football game and lost. This is my I don't know face. I'm about to walk out there, but 10,000 State fans, we're all just going to look at each other like this. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It's disappointing, and it's disappointing of what Mississippi State just left on the table. They left 9-4 in the top 15 ranking on the table, and they shouldn't have. All they had to do was beat Iowa. Iowa, they're not good. Brandon, you're white. Thank you, Fred Harley, for the update. I appreciate it. Hey, I got a press pass. I'm good. Thank you for the stats. Total yards: Mississippi State 342, Iowa 199. 199 and 1. Iowa rushed for negative 15 yards. Unbelievable. That's just. How much does this phone cost? I want to throw it. I can't.
You're right. No penalties.
Take this to him. I don't know. I see a lot of people focusing on the Keaton Thompson play. That's weird to me. That's weird. I like that play call. I didn't mind that play call at all. We got to buy our own blooming onion now. Yep, no free blooming onions for us. That's ridiculous. Can we still get the coconut shrimp even though Iowa won? I mean, I hate that they won, but I'll take free shrimp. Osiris dropped versus Florida. Guidry dropped today. We're 10-3. Yeah, well, if Osiris doesn't drop it against Florida, we're not in this game today. We're in the Citrus Bowl down the road playing Penn State. Can we just pay Dennis Summerall and Jonathan Mingo? Well, Dennis Jackson has signed with Ole Miss. Stop talking about how bad Iowa is. They beat you, period. Ha-ha, Keith Johnson. Iowa's a bad football team. That's what we're mad at. If we had lost to it, thanks, guys. If we lost to a good football team, I don't know. That's a bad football. Iowa's a bad football team. That's an embarrassing loss. It's the most embarrassing loss we had all year. We lost to Kentucky. We lost to LSU. We lost to Alabama. We lost to whoever. This was embarrassing. Losing to that team with no playmakers, less than 200 yards of offense. Iowa is just a ridiculously – they're not a good football team. And we just played like crap. We played bad enough to lose. We took a win. We outgained them by 200 yards. We took a win and turned it into a loss. And I know there's plenty of blame to go around, guys. There's plenty of blame to go around. There's if you're mad at the coaching, I can understand that. I can understand why you're mad that Fitzgerald had 3 straight runs at the 1-yard line. I understand that. If you're mad at the players, there's plenty of room for that. Stephen Guidry dropped the game-winning touchdown that was in his chest. I understand that. Keith Johnson, you got to shut up. You got to shut up. You're an idiot. I don't know if you're an Ole Miss fan or an Iowa fan. Just stop talking. If Keaton had caught it, that would have been a great. It was a great call. I love that call. And it was so early. That Keaton Thompson, whatever. But in the second half, when things are up against it, and Nick makes the throw, I don't know. We did the most Mississippi State thing ever. I don't like that saying. I don't like that saying at all. All right. Let's be real for a second. We're in the Outback Bowl. We're 8-5. This is not a terrible year by Mississippi. This is not the most Mississippi State thing ever. Okay? I don't like that. Can Thompson pass better? I don't know. We'll see. Why do we have Ole Miss fans watching? Because they're bitches. That's why. That's what they are. Brandon Walker. That was the most Mississippi State game I've ever seen, finding ways to lose. It's not a Mississippi State thing. We haven't done it. We definitely found a way to lose. I don't like saying that's the most Mississippi State thing ever because right now Mississippi State's ranked in every sport. Mississippi State's competing for championships in every sport, so it's not really the most Mississippi State thing ever. I don't like that saying. Let's just get rid of that saying. Moorhead isn't ready to be an SEC coach, says Bill Rowe. Lost many games we should have won this year. Should have beat Florida and should have beat Iowa. Those are the 2 that we should have won. It's the play calling. All of a sudden, when it's too late, we start passing. We tried to pass all day, Todd Bird. I don't know what you saw. We tried to pass all day. First half in a bowl, it's okay to get cute and run a couple of tricks. I liked it. Charlie Robinson says, I'm disappointed because we had the better team. Sean Missy Plymesser, that's the most Ole Miss name I've ever seen in my entire life. That's got to be an Ole Miss fan. I just don't agree that Iowa's a bad team. If you don't feel like Iowa's a bad team, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind. I mean, you're wrong. Iowa's a bad football team. We just lost to a bad football team. We lost to a bad football team. And that's, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we choke when it matters most, Jacob Faulkner. I just won't react the way I want to react. I love the fact. Let me just go off on the side right now. I love the fact that the team we beat 35-3, who can't get recruits without its coach buying hookers and whores for players and giving cash, is on here because Mississippi State lost a bowl game. They haven't been to a bowl game in 3 years. I love that Ole Miss fans are here right now. I love that this is your only football outlet in the state of Mississippi because your team is such a piece of shit school and university. That's what I love. Neil Henry, love the dogs. Abram getting sucked in early for a 75-yard TD hurt us. The defense made mistakes they usually don't make. Jonathan Abram usually doesn't make mistakes. He made a mistake. Mullen beats Iowa by 30. Who gives a crap what Mullen does? Mullen's not here anymore. That's weird. Why are you talking about Dan Mullen? That's weird. Get Mullen out of your head. Where has this punter been all year? Okay, punter was good. Tucker Day was really good. Tucker Day was good. Is probably the best we've punted in a long time, and feel good about him going forward if that's what he's going to be like. Didn't pass to our best receivers all game, Todd Burt. Who are our best receivers, Todd? Answer me that question. Who are our best receivers? That's the problem with Mississippi State. There isn't a good receiver right now. There's not a good receiver right now. There's just not. You throw it to your number one guy, Stephen Gentry, and he drops the touchdown pass and gives it to Iowa. There's not a good receiver on this team. That's the problem. And you could say, quarterback didn't do this. There's just nobody to throw it to right now. It's just not. And it is what it is. It is what it is. What Joe Moorhead has to do is get rid of this and go finish strong in the recruiting trail. I don't know how he's going to do it because my feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. I am not happy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We got to get receivers in here. Our fans are crazy. Just cut it short and you and your family go to the beach. No, we're fine. Let's all get it out. We don't have a Bear receiver. Yeah, because Bear receivers don't play in bowl games. That's why we don't have one. We have no good receivers. For every catch, they drop 10 balls. Justin Flora. Lynn Smith Long, you're awesome, Brandon. Thank you very much. People have lost their minds. It happens after a loss. It happens. People get upset. Hate to say it, we deserve that loss. I really can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. The way we played, the way we did everything. I got a press pass. I'm good. Yeah, it's right here. I took it off for the show. Okay. I didn't want to be out in the sun, so. And find a graduate transfer quarterback or just start Schrader, Jay Hammers. We don't know what Keaton Thompson's going to do. We'll see. It just sucks to start 2019 off like this because you could have finished the year 9-4 and in the top 15, and you finished with a loss to Iowa. It's disappointing. And I got to go out in the parking lot. There's a very good chance I get in a fight today. There's a very good chance. I don't want to. But if one of these Jethros walks up to me, I'm just going to have to. It just might happen. 3 straight QB keepers inside the 5, inside the 2, 3 times. And the quarterback keeper with Fitzgerald is very good, but it's because it's good, they know it's coming. Because it's good, they know it's coming. How about a damn fade route? Everyone is expecting Fitz keeper. Who are you throwing a fade route to, Tal Gray? Who in the world are you throwing a fade route to? Are you putting the punter in to throw the fade route? No. On the first and goal at the 1 or the 2, second goal, give it to Eris Williams, give it to Kylan Hill. Give it to your running backs. Give it to the guys whose job it is to get 2 and 3 yards. Give it to those guys. You're telling the defense, I got one guy I trust down here, it's Nick Fitzgerald. Boom, 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 kick a field goal. And it's just, that was a poorly coached series. But we got the ball back, we coached well and got down the field, and you drop a touchdown pass. There was enough blame to go around. If you want to blame the coaches, if you want to blame players, if you want to blame everybody, blame the fans, whatever. It just was a poor bowl game. It was an embarrassing bowl game. It was an embarrassing day for Mississippi State. That's the worst team we lost to all year. Kentucky's better than that team by a mile. That's by that's far and away the worst team we lost to all season. How much time have I been on here? This stadium is empty. It's empty. I mean, this stadium is empty. I might come back. I might come back later tonight because I'm still mad. Still think State is good and Iowa's a joke. I kind of still do. I don't know that State's good. They didn't play good today, but I saw nothing today to improve my thoughts about Iowa. I saw nothing. I saw a team get less than 200 yards and win. It's just the coaching wasn't good enough. The playing wasn't good enough. Nothing was good enough, and it's very disappointing to go into the offseason with that crap sandwich we just watched. I might come back later. I might get in the car and we just head on back tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Until next time, I'm about to have to wade into a bunch of Iowa fans. Oh, my God. I'm Brandon Walker. We'll be back sometime. Hail State. Blah, 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 blah.